Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt. Welcome to the Sin Bin, and we just got some big news. Yes, Mitch Marner just signed a contract. It seemed like the whole summer this deal was never going to get done. It seemed like an endless saga, but alas, some big news just dropped. Mitch Marner signs, and I got details on it, okay? So the Toronto Maple Leafs and restricted free agent Mitch Marner have agreed to a new 6-year contract with an average annual value of $10.8 million. So 6 years at 10.8. What do I think about this? Stay tuned to find out. But first, I gotta tell you guys before I get into the video, when I analyze a trade, I don't like really doing it the minute it happens, okay? I kind of want to sleep on it, let it marinate in my brain, because my opinion right now may change, 2, 3, 4, 5 days down the line. Okay? But I wanted to put it out as soon as possible. Just put my first reactions, but just keep in mind these are my initial reactions. I might change my mind, not drastically, but I might change my mind a few days down the line. If you guys want to talk more about the Mitch Marner deal, make sure to join us. And when I say us, I mean me and my co-host Jake. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel, the Sin Bin Hockey Podcast. It's live. We can answer your questions on the live chat. You can voice your opinions on the live chat. We will be taking your questions, and we will be talking more so about the Mitch Marner deal. But for right now, here are my opinions on the contract. So, the contract at face value, in case you guys didn't know, according to the rumors that were circulating out there, the Mitch Marner camp, prior to today, okay, so all summer long, they wanted a contract that looked sort of like the Matthews deal. Marner wanted Matthews' money, and he wanted Matthews' term. He wanted 5 years, and he wanted 11.5-ish money. Okay? He thought, by all means, Marner thought that he was just as good, if not better, than Austin Matthews. And he wanted Austin Matthews. He wanted Austin Matthews' term. Now I look at this contract. He didn't quite get Austin Matthews' term. He got 6 years instead of 5. Okay? He didn't quite get Austin Matthews' money. He got 10.8 instead of 11.5. So at some point down the line, Mitch Marner kind of had to swallow his pride, kind of had to sacrifice a little bit of money and say, hey, look, my contract isn't as good as the Matthews one, but I don't want to start the season like Nylander, playing for whatever which team in Europe. I don't want to miss training camp, so I'm going to swallow it, and I might not like the fact, but I'm going to sign this contract. That's what Mitch Marner was thinking. So in those sense, I think it's kind of good for the Toronto Maple Leafs, because Mitch Marner, who knows, he could have said, you know what, unless I see 5 years on the contract, unless I see at least $11 million on the contract, I'm not even going to show up. So for the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's a good news in those sense. Now, let's dig a little deeper, because I was listening to Sidney Crosby being interviewed by Bisonette and the Spitting Chicklets, and he said that in order to win as a team, players have to take salary cuts. And let me just say, I wanted to make a full video about this, so I'm not going to go too in depth, but players have to take cuts. Because Crosby, say what you want, different era, different percentage, different salary cap. Crosby, he took a cut to his salary. He could have signed for much more. He ended up signing for $8.7 million, and he's still benefiting from that contract. Malkin, he could have signed for much more at the time. He ended up signing for less. Why are these players signing for less? Crosby and Malkin. Because if they take up all the money, if they take up all of the salary cap, how are the Penguins going to go out and get other assets? They're not going to have the money to go get a Kessel, to go get a Hornquist, to go sign a Letang. Now, back to the Maple Leafs, 3 players making around $11 million. And when I say 3 players, I of course mean Marner, Matthews, and Tavares. I don't think this is a good idea. And it kind of pains me to say this because, in case you guys don't know, I'm a Canadiens fan. Okay, so I should technically not want the Leafs to win. But I care a lot for my Leafs fans, my Leafs friends. because their team hasn't always been the best over the years, and they've stuck with them thick and thin. So in those regards, I sort of want to see the Maple Leafs win a cup. But when you have 3 players making $11 million each, that's not leaving a lot of space for Kyle Dubas to go out and get, some depth defenseman or a backup goalie or some third liner, So in that sense, I'm afraid I can't say the Toronto Maple Leafs. I might be completely wrong, but this model they have in place doesn't allow them to succeed. It doesn't. Okay? If you disagree with me, I really want to hear why. Okay? I like to hear both sides of the opinion. Whatever you do, don't be a girl. Okay? Don't be a baby, an 11-year-old boy, and dislike the video because my opinion is different from yours. No. If my opinion is different, write in the comments. Okay? And chances are, if you write in the comments and it's well-spoken, or well-written, I should say, there's good evidence to back it up, okay? It's clear. I will look at it. I'll probably agree with you. But while I'm happy for the team that they got the term, they got the contract done, they're going to have him come training camp. While I'm happy for the team, I don't think that having 3 players getting paid north of $10 million each is a good idea. I just don't. Again, these are my initial thoughts. I might wake up tomorrow. I might be like, you know what? I was a little bit too hard. Maybe they can win. Who knows? I have to look at prior teams that have followed this model. Okay, again, I need to sleep on it. But for now, these were my initial thoughts. Again, if you want more about this subject, please join the Sin Bin Hockey Podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be talking about this, okay? And we will be answering questions, and I would love to have you guys there in the live chat. But in the meantime, my name is Matt. Keep your stick on the ice.